Have you ever been lying in bed, just trying to relax, when suddenly your leg seizes up out of nowhere? 1 second you're drifting into sleep. The next you're jolted awake by a sharp, burning cramp in your calf that makes you gasp. You sit up, rub it, stretch, try everything, but the pain clings on like a vice, and once it's gone, you're left exhausted, wide awake, and wondering why this keeps happening. Maybe you've also felt your legs getting weaker during the day. Walking to the kitchen feels like a task. A short walk outside. Suddenly your knees feel shaky, your steps less steady than they used to be. It's frustrating. It's scary. And deep down, there's that silent fear. Is this just what aging feels like? Is my body slowly giving up on me? But here's the thing. Getting older doesn't mean you have to accept pain, cramps, or a shrinking life. Most people assume this is just age catching up, but science tells a different story. In fact, many of these symptoms come from something more fixable, silent deficiencies in key minerals, changes in how your body absorbs nutrients, and small daily habits you may not even realize are affecting your muscles and nerves. Here's a powerful statistic to put things in perspective. The World Health Organization estimates that every minute, someone over 60 is hospitalized because of a fall, and a large portion of those falls are linked not to clumsiness or poor eyesight, but to sudden muscle cramps, nerve misfires, or general muscle weakness. It's not just inconvenient, it's dangerous. Think of your muscles like electric cords. For them to work smoothly, they need minerals like magnesium, potassium, and calcium to conduct the current that tells your body when to move, stretch, or relax. Without enough of these, the signal gets scrambled. That's when cramps strike out of nowhere, especially at night when circulation slows and muscles rest. Many older adults are unknowingly deficient in these nutrients. Why? A few reasons. As we age, our digestive system becomes less efficient at absorbing minerals. Long-term use of common medications like diuretics or antacids can deplete your levels further, and diets that are too low in fruits, vegetables, or whole foods make it hard to replenish what's lost. That's why it's not your fault. You weren't taught this. Most doctors don't talk about it unless it becomes a crisis. But the good news is that you can do something starting today. You don't need expensive supplements or painful treatments. You just need to understand what your body's been missing and gently restore it. This video is about that restoration, about hope, about understanding that your body still wants to support you. It's trying, but it needs your help. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through 5 everyday foods that can make a massive difference in how your legs feel, how you sleep at night, and how confident you feel moving through the world. These foods are affordable, easy to find, and backed by real research from places like Tufts University, Harvard Medical School, and the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. And don't worry, I'll explain exactly what each food does, when to eat it, and how to combine it for the best effect. These aren't trends or fads. They're rooted in biology. Your muscles, your nerves, your heart, they all respond to nutrition more than most people realize. I'll also share a small but powerful evening habit that many seniors have used to reduce night cramps and wake up feeling rested. It's simple, safe, and surprisingly effective. You deserve to walk without fear, to rest without pain, to feel strong and steady in your own body. Aging doesn't mean losing your power. Sometimes, it means stepping into it with better tools. Let's begin that journey together. Now that we understand the problem, let's take a closer look at what your muscles and nerves actually need to function properly. It's not just about stretching or getting more rest. It comes down to 5 key nutrients that most older adults are missing, but absolutely need: magnesium, potassium, vitamin B6, vitamin B12, and vitamin D. Let's start with magnesium. Think of it as your muscles' personal stress reliever. Every time your muscles contract, magnesium is responsible for helping them relax again. Without enough magnesium, those muscles stay tight and tense, leading to cramps, spasms, and that constant feeling of stiffness. According to the National Institutes of Health, over 60% of adults over 65 don't get enough magnesium daily. That's a huge number, and a huge reason why cramps happen more often at night when the body's circulation slows down. Then there's potassium. This mineral helps regulate the electrical signals in your body. Your muscles literally need potassium to fire and move correctly. If your potassium levels drop, those signals get scrambled. The result: sudden cramps, shaky legs, and even heart palpitations. Foods like bananas, sweet potatoes, and spinach are excellent natural sources, but only if your body is absorbing them well. Now let's talk about vitamin B6. This nutrient plays a critical role in producing neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers that help your nerves communicate with your muscles. Without B6, that line of communication gets fuzzy, and your muscles don't respond the way they should. You might feel tingling, numbness, or delayed movement. And here's the kicker: even a mild deficiency can cause noticeable symptoms. Vitamin B12 works alongside B6, but its specialty is protecting your nerve cells. It builds the insulation around each nerve fiber. Think of it like the rubber coating on a power cord. If that coating starts to break down, signals misfire, leading to weakness, twitching, or worse. Unfortunately, as we age, our ability to absorb B12 from food decreases significantly. People over 60 are especially at risk, especially if they're taking acid blockers or eating less animal protein. Finally, we have vitamin D. Most people know it's important for bones. But did you know it's also essential for muscle strength and coordination? Low vitamin D has been directly linked to higher rates of falls and fractures in seniors. Your body produces vitamin D when you're exposed to sunlight. But many older adults spend more time indoors or wear sunscreen that blocks its production. That's why fortified foods or supplements may be necessary to keep levels steady. Each of these 5 nutrients plays a unique and powerful role in how you move, sleep, and heal. And the good news: you can restore them with simple daily choices, no complex routines, no prescriptions. In the next section, I'll walk you through exactly which foods are rich in these nutrients, how to prepare them, and when to eat them for maximum benefit. It's not about doing everything perfectly. It's about giving your body the tools it's quietly been asking for. Let's dive into the first food that deserves a spot on your plate every single day. Dark leafy greens. We're talking spinach, kale, collard greens, mustard greens. These aren't just vegetables your doctor tells you to eat. They are muscle medicine. Why are these greens so powerful? Because they are packed with magnesium, potassium, calcium, and folate nutrients your muscles and nerves depend on to function properly. 1 cup of cooked spinach delivers nearly 40% of your daily magnesium needs. That's a big deal because magnesium helps your muscles relax after they contract. Without enough, they stay tight, which leads to cramping, especially at night when your body cools down and slows circulation. Potassium in leafy greens helps regulate the electrical impulses in your muscle cells. When potassium is low, those signals can get out of sync, and that's when you get sudden spasms or that weird twitch in your calf. And let's not forget folate. It helps your body produce serotonin and melatonin, 2 hormones that improve sleep and calm the nervous system. You don't need fancy recipes to benefit. Steam a handful of greens and toss them with a little olive oil. Add them to soups, eggs, or even smoothies. The key is consistency. A little each day can make your legs feel more stable, your sleep deeper, and your mornings easier. Now let's talk about one of the simplest, most complete foods out there: eggs. Eggs often get overlooked because they're so common. But when it comes to rebuilding muscle and supporting your nerves, they're almost perfect. Each egg is loaded with high-quality protein, which your body needs to repair muscle tissue and support daily movement. As we age, we naturally lose muscle mass, a condition known as sarcopenia. That's why climbing stairs starts feeling harder, or standing up from a chair takes more effort. Protein helps counteract that decline, and eggs are one of the easiest ways to get it. But eggs aren't just about protein. They also contain vitamin D, which helps your muscles contract and supports bone strength. And they're one of the best natural sources of vitamin B12, which protects the nerves that send movement signals from your brain to your limbs. For best results, aim for 1 egg a day. Boiled, poached, or scrambled in olive oil. They're gentle on digestion, affordable, and incredibly effective in helping you maintain strength and coordination as you age. These two foods, greens and eggs, are not just healthy. They're foundational tools for stronger legs, better balance, and a more confident, independent life. Next up is a food that often gets underestimated: bananas. Most people think of them as just a quick snack or something you toss into a smoothie. But bananas are actually one of the best natural remedies for muscle cramps and nerve support, especially as we get older. What makes bananas so special? They're loaded with potassium, a mineral that helps balance the electrical signals in your body. When potassium is too low, your muscles can misfire, causing spasms, cramps, or that uneasy twitching in your legs. One medium banana provides about 12% of your daily potassium needs, which is a solid start, especially when eaten consistently. But bananas also give you magnesium and vitamin B6. Magnesium helps muscles relax after contracting, and B6 supports the nervous system by helping your body produce neurotransmitters. That's a fancy word for the chemical messengers that help your brain talk to your muscles. Without enough B6, that connection gets fuzzy, and your muscles may not respond correctly. What's great about bananas is how easy they are to digest. They don't upset the stomach. They're naturally sweet, and they provide quick hydration thanks to their water content. Try eating one in the evening, about an hour before bed. It can help reduce nighttime cramps and support deeper sleep. Now let's move on to something many people already have in their fridge: milk. Whether it's dairy milk or a fortified plant-based option like almond or soy, milk is one of the most complete muscle recovery drinks available. First, milk is rich in calcium, which supports both bone strength and muscle function. Most people know calcium helps prevent osteoporosis, but fewer realize that it also plays a critical role in how muscles contract. Low calcium can lead to weak, unsteady legs or even trembling when walking. Milk also contains vitamin D, which improves calcium absorption and helps regulate muscle coordination. Many older adults are deficient in vitamin D simply because they don't get enough sunlight, and milk is one of the easiest ways to restore that balance. One overlooked benefit of milk is tryptophan, an amino acid that helps the body produce serotonin and melatonin. These are the hormones that help you relax and fall asleep. That's why a warm glass of milk before bed has been a classic sleep aid for generations. It really works. And don't forget protein. 1 glass of milk provides about 8 grams of high-quality protein, which your muscles need to rebuild overnight. So if you're dealing with cramps or feeling weaker than usual, a banana in the evening and a glass of milk before bed could be the perfect natural combo to help your body recover, rest, and recharge. Let's wrap up this list with a small but mighty superfood: pumpkin seeds. These little green seeds are easy to overlook, but they're packed with nutrients that directly support muscle recovery and nerve function. If you've been dealing with leg cramps, stiffness, or general muscle fatigue, pumpkin seeds might be the missing piece. Just 1 ounce of pumpkin seeds contains nearly 150 milligrams of magnesium. That's a big win for your muscles, since magnesium is essential for helping them relax after contracting. Without enough, your muscles can stay tense for too long, which leads to tightness and nighttime cramping. Pumpkin seeds are also rich in zinc, which helps your body repair nerve endings and supports the immune system. That's especially important if you've been feeling more run down or your legs get sore more easily after walking or climbing stairs. Another benefit, pumpkin seeds contain plant-based omega-3 fatty acids that reduce inflammation in your joints and muscles. This can be a game changer if you struggle with stiffness in the morning or after periods of sitting still. You can add pumpkin seeds to oatmeal, yogurt, or blend them into smoothies, or just snack on them lightly roasted with a pinch of sea salt. A small handful a day can go a long way toward helping your body move with ease and rest more peacefully at night. Now that we've talked about the best foods to strengthen your muscles and calm your nerves, let's take a moment to shine a light on the other side of the coin. Foods that might be making things worse. Yes, even some so-called healthy choices can quietly disrupt your mineral balance and trigger muscle cramps without you realizing it. First on the list, diet sodas and sugar-free drinks. While they seem like a good idea for cutting calories, many of them contain artificial sweeteners like aspartame. Some studies have linked these additives to muscle spasms, joint pain, and even nerve irritation in sensitive individuals. Plus, these drinks often have high sodium levels, which can flush out potassium from your body, making you more prone to cramps and fatigue. Second, let's talk about highly processed meats, things like bacon, sausage, deli slices, and jerky. These are packed with preservatives, nitrates, and excessive sodium. Not only do they increase inflammation in the body, but they can also interfere with your body's ability to hold on to essential electrolytes like magnesium and calcium. If you're eating these often, it could be working against the good nutrients you're trying to add. And third, be cautious with canned soups and instant noodles. They may seem convenient, especially on days when energy is low, but they often contain sky-high levels of sodium and very little actual nutrition. Over time, this sodium overload can contribute to dehydration and mineral imbalance, 2 major triggers for nighttime cramps. Now that you know what to reduce or avoid, let's talk about timing. When you eat these helpful foods matters more than you might think. For example, having a boiled egg or a bowl of oats with pumpkin seeds in the morning gives your muscles the protein and minerals they need to support you throughout the day. That small breakfast choice could mean the difference between climbing stairs confidently or struggling by noon. At lunchtime, aim to include dark, leafy greens. This is when your digestive system is most active, which makes it easier to absorb minerals like magnesium and potassium. A light stir-fry or a warm spinach soup could do wonders not just for your legs, but for your energy and mood. 2. And in the evening, focus on foods that help you wind down. A banana an hour before bed can help restore potassium and magnesium, while a glass of warm milk can relax your nervous system and prepare your muscles for recovery during sleep. This isn't just tradition, it's science. The tryptophan in milk gets converted into melatonin and serotonin, helping you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. By aligning the right foods with the right time of day, you're not just eating healthier, you're feeding your muscles, supporting your nerves, and setting yourself up for stronger, smoother movement without the interruption of painful cramps. It's about working with your body, not against it, And the timing of your choices can be just as powerful as the choices themselves. Sometimes it's not just what we eat, but what we repeatedly do or don't do that affects our muscle health. So let's talk about a few daily habits that can quietly weaken your legs and increase your risk for cramps without you even realizing it. First, let's talk about sitting. Prolonged sitting reduces blood flow to the legs and shortens the hip flexors, which can lead to tightness, stiffness, and reduced mobility. If you're spending hours sitting in front of the TV, reading, or using the computer, your muscles aren't getting the regular stimulation they need to stay active. The solution isn't complicated. Every 30 to 45 minutes, stand up, stretch your calves, do a few ankle rolls, or walk around the room. These tiny movements help wake up your circulation and signal your body that you're still in motion. Second, not drinking enough water. Dehydration, even mild, can lead to imbalances in sodium, potassium, and magnesium, three key minerals that affect muscle contraction. If you're only drinking water when you're thirsty, chances are you're already behind. Try starting your morning with a full glass of water, and aim to sip regularly throughout the day, especially if you're taking medications that increase urination. Third, skipping light movement or stretching before bed. A short routine, maybe 5 minutes of gentle leg stretches, some toe pointing, or even a walk around the hallway can dramatically reduce nighttime cramps. Your muscles like routine and rhythm, and if you give them a cue that it's time to unwind, they're less likely to misfire at night. And now, I want to share a story that brings all of this to life. Linda is a 74-year-old retired teacher from Ohio. A year ago, she could barely walk from her bedroom to her kitchen without needing to stop. She had nightly leg cramps, often waking up gasping in pain, and felt like her independence was slowly slipping away. She tried creams, pills, even bought a pricey massage device, but nothing seemed to make a real difference. Then her granddaughter, who's studying nutrition, encouraged her to change just a few things. Linda started drinking water as soon as she woke up. She swapped her usual salty snacks for a banana in the afternoon. She began adding spinach to her lunch and made a habit of drinking warm almond milk before bed. At first, it didn't seem like much, but within 3 weeks, she noticed fewer cramps. She was sleeping better. Her legs didn't feel like cement blocks in the morning anymore. She also committed to a 5-minute stretch every evening before brushing her teeth. Nothing intense, just light calf and hamstring stretches, with a bit of deep breathing. That was 6 months ago. Today, Linda walks her dog twice a day. She even joined a beginner's Tai Chi class. What changed wasn't just her diet. It was her belief that she could still build strength, even in her 70s. Her story is a powerful reminder. It's not about doing everything perfectly. It's about doing a few small things consistently and believing that change is possible because it is. If Linda can do it, so can you. Before we wrap up, let's talk about one of the most powerful things you can do at the end of the day, a simple nighttime ritual that helps your muscles relax, reduces cramps, and sets you up for deeper, more peaceful sleep. Start with something incredibly gentle, soaking your feet in warm water with a bit of Epsom salt. This old-school remedy works because Epsom salt contains magnesium sulfate, which can be absorbed through the skin. Just 10 to 15 minutes of foot soaking before bed can calm your nerves, ease muscle tension, and even lower stress levels. You don't need a fancy setup, just a basin, warm water, and a handful of salt. Next, do a few slow leg stretches. Sit on the edge of your bed, extend your legs, and gently reach toward your toes. Roll your ankles, flex your feet. Breathe deeply. This signals to your body that it's time to release tension and shift into rest mode. Then, Follow it up with a glass of warm milk or a small banana. Depending on your preference, these help replenish the minerals you've used during the day and provide tryptophan to support melatonin production naturally. Now, here's the most important part: consistency. Like brushing your teeth or setting your alarm. This only works if you make it a habit. And the more consistently you do it, the more your body will start to associate this quiet time with safety, calm, and recovery. So let me leave you with this. You don't need to accept leg cramps, restless nights, or stiff mornings as your new normal. Your body is still capable of healing. It just needs the right support, the right rhythm, and a bit of patience. What you choose to eat, how often you move, and how you wind down at night all matter more than you think. You don't need a total overhaul, just small, steady steps in the right direction. And if this message resonated with you, consider sharing it with someone else who might be struggling. Because when you take care of your body with love and intention, it will show up for you in ways you never imagined. Now go pour that glass of milk, take that deep breath, and give yourself permission to rest. Before you go, just know this: we're not selling anything. We don't have a product to push. We simply care about sharing information that could make your days easier, your nights more restful, and your steps more confident. If this helped you, pass it on to someone you care about. Because real healing doesn't come in a bottle. It starts with knowledge, belief, and action. And that's something worth sharing.